you take it to joiners to join for you. Now when they join, you bend this area like so, you bend this area like so. Now when you have bent this area and you have bent this area, place this like this, stitch here and then turn it. With that, you have hidden the stitches around this area. Now you are going to bend this area like so, okay, and pass your elastic. Okay, beautiful people, how are we all doing? So we are here once more for illustration, our fashion illustration, and today we'll be making this beautiful hoodie. Okay, when you go to Delta State, okay, where you have this particular clique of boys, okay, I don't want to mention the name, but when you get to Delta State, you will see them. Okay, now you will know that this particular hoodie you are seeing, if you are able to make hoodie and trouser, and trouser can go as high as 30,000, 40,000. Okay, and the thing is that it's a stress-free tailoring. It's not hard to make at all. When I say it's not hard, people say, Mama, don't say it's not hard, but I'm telling you it's not hard. The only hard thing in this style is get your fabric. That's the only hard thing. Get your fabric. If you get your fabric, follow this my pattern that I'm going to show you now. You are going to produce this thing in not less than 1 hour. Most of the things you see that celebrities wear is not hard to make. The only thing is fabric. Get you the right fabric. If you don't get the right fabric, yours will be looking different. Now in this particular style, okay, it's a free for all size. Though free for all size, you have to be sure, you have to measure, okay. But it's not something you say, oh, I have to start calculating 0.50. It's not in this particular style. Okay, just follow me and you will understand what I'm saying. So now in this particular one, there's 2 parts, 3 parts. This is called a raglan. Why I chose this stylish hoodie is because I want to, apart from the normal cutting that we've always been doing, there's this particular sleeve is called raglan sleeve. Okay, so that is why it's so special to me. I want to show you how to cut out, how to go about this sleeve. Okay, so let's go right into it. First things first, this hoodie has 3 parts: the raglan sleeve, the raglan sleeve, the bodies, and the hoodie. Okay, and then that front pocket that you are seeing in front. All these things are very easy. I'm going to be showing the ABC method of making it. Okay, even if you don't know how to sew before, if you follow this my illustration, you will cut your own this night. Okay, the fashion industry is a very big play field. It can accommodate all of us. So just go, do your thing, get your own share of the money, and rest. So we are going to be plotting out our. Of course, if you know me, you know I don't joke with this borderline. That is because most times when you cut and you don't appreciate this line, your allowance will eat into your measurement and it's going to be shortened. But for even this particular style we are making, is very free, so it doesn't really have to have you don't have to be very careful. But I just advise you, always work with your borderline. It's very, very important, very, very key. So get used to it. Now this particular hoodie, okay, the neckline is going to be 3 inches by 3 inches, 3 inches on the shoulder line. Okay, now because it's a raglan sleeve, we are not going to be paying much attention to the shoulder, but we are. Okay, so I want to still make my shoulder line 8 inches the way I used to make it, just to be on the safe side. I want to show you how it's going to work out. Okay, so this is my sleeve length and it's 23 inches. Okay, now some people will say I will not come down by 1.5 inch or by 1 inch. Me, I like coming down by 1 inch. If you come down by 1 inch, okay, your shoulder, your sleeve will slant well. But if you look at it, you leave it, it's a hoodie, so it doesn't really have shape. If you leave it, there's no problem. But I want to come down by 1/2 inch, one inch. Okay, and that 1 inch I'll be connecting it to this my line here. Okay, so now we are going to be imputing our neck depth. Okay, and our neck depth is going to be 3 inches. Now if you observe, you will see that the neckline of this one looks like 4 corner. If you want it to be 4 corner, that means you will measure like 2 inches inside. Okay, that's why I like this particular style. It has different things we could talk about. It's not just straight. Okay, so you measure 2 inches inside this way, okay, and connect it with a straight line. Now you are going to curve out this neckline like so. Okay, you curve it out like so. Don't make it a straight line, just curve it out, because the hoodie itself is not going to have a sharp straight line here. So just curve it out. Now you are going to come down. Now measure your wrist here. Okay, if you watch that sleeve opening, you will see that there's a little bit of pleating on the cuff area. So you are going to measure your sleeve area around like so. That is your sleeve circumference. You will measure your sleeve circumference, and my sleeve circumference is 8. Okay, but I want to make it 10 inches. Okay, and so in making it 10 inches, since the sleeve is on fold, I will now be marking 5 inches. Okay, I'll be marking 5 inches. Now we are going to come to this area. Okay, you see this area, we'll mark our armhole depth, and my armhole depth is 9 inches. But because it's a raglan sleeve we are making, let me show you what you do. You are going to mark your 9 inches, right? This is my 9 inches. You make sure that it's 8 inches so that your line will not be slanting. Okay, you make sure it's 8 inches. Okay, this is my 8 inches around here. Now you extend the line like so. Now we are going to be measuring our, because it's a raglan top, we are not coming in by anything. Don't touch this area again. That is all for this area. Now we are going to be imputing our bust circumference, and if you ask me, there's no bust circumference, there's no waist circumference. We only have our hip circumference to measure, apart from the waist bust area. And most times I will advise just use the hip circumference all through. Okay, but if you want it to have a little bit of shape, you can now measure your bust circumference. But for what we are seeing here, the hip circumference was what they used all through. Okay, but if you want your own to have a little bit of shape, a little bit of curving, just use bust circumference and hip circumference. Now I'll be using bust circumference and hip circumference, but if you want, you can make yours just hip circumference, measure the hip area, and then you mark it both on the hip area and the bust area. But now I want to use the bust circumference. But because this top is very free, okay, when you are measuring, you will measure the bust circumference plus 5 inches. Then you divide by 4. Whatever you get, that's what you are going to be marking. Okay, bust circumference plus 5 inches. Whatever you get is what you are going to be marking. Now, my bust area is 10 inches. So I'll be marking 10 inches all round, and then I will connect. Okay, now I will go ahead to mark my hip line. Okay, and this is my hip line. Okay, I will now bust circumference plus 5 inches divided by 4 inches is going to give you what you are going to be marking here. Now, because of the plenty allowance that you've already given it, you really do not need plenty sewing allowance. You know, we used to mark 2 inches sewing allowance. Right now we are going to just be using 1 inch sewing allowance, and we'll be fine with it. So bust plus 5, okay, divided by 4 plus 1 inch, that is what we are going to be marking somewhere around here. Hip circumference plus 5 inches divided by 4, then you add 1 extra inch for it for sewing allowance. Okay, and then you are going to be marking that one somewhere around here. Okay, now you will now connect this line, okay, to the armhole. Okay, you will connect this line to the armhole. Now, if if you like, just to guide your hand, take it up a little. Okay, take it up a little. Now you will this sleeve opening for this area, you will mark it like so. Okay, mark 2 inches from this area out. This is my 2 inches. Okay, mark 2 inches again around this area out. This is my 2 inches. I want it to guide my hand. Now this is my sleeve coming this way. When it gets to this place, you curve it out, you curve it out, you curve it out, and it comes this way. Okay, it comes this way. Now you are going to connect to the hip circumference measurement that you already marked out. Okay, now for us to create that raglan, if you observe, the raglan did not come here. Raglan does not have a particular how will I put it, doesn't have a particular style or measurement. You can play with it anyhow you like. Now this particular raglan sleeve did not get to this place. It got somewhere around halfway of this neckline, and then it got halfway around this neckline. So you are going to be measuring this. Place your tape like so, standing. Don't place it flat like this. Place it standing, because this line we are measuring is curved. Okay, if you place it flat, you can't get it, but if you place it standing, you will get the measurement. Now I placed it standing. Can you see? I placed it standing and I got 2 inches. So 1 inch is halfway of it. Okay, and then when you watch it very well, you will see that it got to somewhere around, got to somewhere around the armhole. So I'm going to be marking it like so. Okay, I'm going to mark it like so. Now this area is the sleeve opening, and then we cut out. We now come to the hoodie. Okay, now before you separate this part and this part, you will have to measure for the hoodie first. Okay, now this is how to measure for your front back of your hoodie, right? You measure this way, and I got 2.5. Now remember that from here to this area is 3 inches. That means because this my fabric is on fold, here is going to be 6 inches. Okay, so we are now going to be measuring for the hoodie. Now the average length of a hoodie, this is a human size head right here. Okay, this is a human size head. This is the neck. Okay, now this is the shoulder. Okay, and this is the person's hand, right? Okay, so the area that the hoodie concerns is from here to here. I want to explain the details so you get to understand it. It's from here to here, right? From this area to around 2.5 inches or 3.5 inches here is this area. Okay, is this area here, from here to here. From this area from here to here is this area from here to here. So where we are going to be measuring is from here to here. Now if you want to measure for your client, now you are going to place your tape by the side of the ear of your client, and you will measure from this area and stop here, because you already have this chest area, because the hoodie has to come down to this area. If you look at that style very well, you see that the hoodie came down to the front of the chest this way. Okay, so we already have from here to here, which is this area. Okay, which is this area from here to here. So if you want to measure your client, you are going to be measuring from here to here. But for an average adult, from here to here is 13 inches, but we all differ, so you can make your own measurement. Okay, but for an average adult, from here to here is 13 inches. Okay, but you know that this particular, if you look at this particular hoodie, okay, the hoodie has enough allowance so it will fall properly. You can make it more than, so that it will fall properly. Okay, if you make it tight, if the person wear it, it will be hanging. Okay, so you make it free, so you make it to fall. You understand? So I'll be adding 2 inches to this my 13 inches, and so this 13 inches is from here to somewhere around to, this is my 13 inches. Okay, so I will rule it like so. Okay, this is my 13 inches. Now front is straight, okay, but the back is going to be curved this way. This is how an average hoodie looks like. Okay, this is how an average hoodie looks like. So this is what we want to form. We have gotten this length, which is 13. Okay, we now want to get from here to here, and from here to here for an average adult is 9 inches. But you know, for we that make hair, okay, we need to pack our hair, we need to do this and we need to do that. To create enough containers for our hair, you can make yours 12 inches, but I like to make mine 11 inches, and this is my 11 inches, right? This is my 11 inches. I take it up this way. Okay, I take it up this way, but because the average human head is curved, I will use my curved ruler to give it a nice curving, which is something like this. I give it a nice curving. Okay, now we now come to this particular part. Now, okay, you know, we have gotten to this area. This is like so. Okay, we have gotten to this area. This is the person's shoulder now. This is the hoodie, this is person's shoulder. So we are going to be creating this front now. But you know, this, when we created this neckline, remember that we came down by 3 inches, right? We will now come down here by 3 inches. Okay, we'll come down by that 3 inches we came down. Okay, we came down by 3 inches. Now remember that as we were creating this neckline, we came inside like this by 2 inches. We'll come inside by 2 inches, and we mark our 2 inches like so. Now we'll now curve it out. Okay, remember that this is what we did. Okay, we'll now curve it out like so. Remember that here is when you mark 13 inches, you are going to mark 3 inches here. Okay, because this is the neckline, 3 inches. So that 3 inches is what you have created. So when you are done, you cut it out. Now this is the hoodie part of it. Okay, we are going to be cutting out the raglan sleeve now. Okay, you can see the raglan sleeve right now. So this is how the hoodie is going to look like. Now let me tell you the importance of cutting out this thing on pattern before transferring to your fabric. Okay, if you cut it out on pattern, you can make it 3 different colors. This can be another fabric, this can be another fabric, another color of fabric. You can have 3 colors in one. That is the beauty of hoodie. Okay, you can have this particular one style we are using now is white all through, but I'm telling you, you can make this one to be Ankara. Just place this one on any fabric of your choice, cut it out. Place this one on any fabric of your choice, cut it out, and place this one on any fabric of your choice and cut it out. Okay, now you'll be cutting this in 2 pieces because you are going to be joining down to this edge. You will join it to this edge and you stop. Okay, you join into this area and you stop. Now let's cut it on the fabric so that we will understand better. Coming to the pocket, okay, that front pocket where the lady inserted her hand. Okay, let's make that pocket. Now we are going to be placing our fabric on fold. If you place it on fold, you can see that that pocket, the edge where it started from looks like it started around the bust band area. Okay, started around the bust band area. You measure your bust band, which is 4.5. okay, and then we want to take it from our waist to our hip. Okay, it started from the waist to the hip, so my waist is this area plus 25 inches The hip line is 25 inches, so 16 minus 25 is 9 inches. So this pocket length is 9 inches, right? This is my 9 inches here. Okay, now I will rule my line. Okay, I will rule my line like so. Okay, now I will measure. If you observe, you will see that the pocket went right round along the hip area, okay, as if it went towards the back area. So that means we are going to be doing 25, that is our hip circumference divided by hip circumference divided by 4. Don't add the 5 inches now. Okay, so hip circumference divided by 4, whatsoever you get, you are going to mark it, and you'll be getting something around here. Okay, so you rule your line. I'm just giving you instances, things that, okay, to form the pocket where you are going to put your hand. Divide this length into 3. You will divide this length into 3. Okay, so for here let's say I got 3 inches here. I will be dividing it into 3. Now I will go up by 1/3 of that 3 inches. Let's assume I got 3 inches from here. Divide it into 3. This is 1/3. Now you will come in. Okay, you will come in by like 1 inch around this area, and you will connect this one like so. Okay, you connect it like so. Okay, so this is your pocket. That is what you are going to be cutting out. Now let's cut it out. Clear. I want to use contrasting matte fabric so that it will be clear. Now you are going to place it like so. Remember, it's on fold. Okay, you place it and cut this way. Okay, so we are done cutting. This is the bodice, and we are going to open it like so. Okay, we set this one aside. We are done with this one. Okay, now this is the sleeve. Okay, you are going to be cutting this in 2 places. That is 4 pieces of it, but for now we are going to use just to show us. Okay, this is the sleeve, and then this is the front pocket. Okay, this is the front pocket. Now this is the hoodie. Okay, so we are done with all this. This is the hoodie right here. Okay, so you can see our design is ready, and everything is perfect. Okay, everything is perfect. You can see everything is ready, and everything you'll be the one to measure how wide you want your cuff to be. Remember, you are going to be pleating this cuff to fit into this one, this sleeve opening to fit into this. You will pleat this one to fit into this one. Now you are going to, it's like this. The hoodie is like this. You will sew it. Simple. All you need to do is, after joining, go and do your inner weaving. That's all. Or you take it to people that make 4-thread, their own 4-thread machine, to sew it for you. Now I'll be going to the market. I've been saying I'll go to the market, but each time I go I forget. I want to take you people to a market where you can cut this and take it to joiners to join for you. The only thing they do in that market is join. Even if you like cut rubbish and bring it, they will join. So it will have this finishing of, let me to joiners to join for you. Now when they join, you bend this area like so. You bend this area like so. Now when you are bent this area and you are bent this area, place this like this, stitch here, and then turn it. With that, you have hidden the stitches around this area. Now you are going to bend this area like so. Okay, and pass your elastic inside. That is all. Now for this one, you are going to now for the hoodie, you are going to stitch it down to the neck level, and that is all. You spread it and attach it like so to come down, and that is all. Now when I mean 4 thread machine, this is what